Fala galera, meu nome é Bruno, esse aqui é o Porquemetal e o vídeo de hoje, como você já deve ter visto, é uma entrevista que eu fiz com a banda americana Spires. O Spires está vindo fazer seu debut aqui no Brasil, eles vão tocar no Bangers Open Air, tanto na Warm-Up Party, no dia 24 de abril, sexta-feira, como também no dia 25 de abril, no sábado. E o Bangers Open Air me deu a oportunidade de conversar com eles aqui no canal. O Spires, para mim, é uma das bandas mais legais que surgiram nos últimos anos. Eles fazem uma mistura sensacional aí do metal sinfônico com elementos do power metal e também do black metal. Contam também com a Adrian Cohen, que é, sem sombra de dúvidas, a melhor vocalista de metal da atualidade. E com tudo isso, o show deles no Bangers vai ser um que eu com certeza não vou perder. Então, antes de eu soltar a entrevista para vocês, só peço para vocês deixarem um like no vídeo para ajudar o canal a crescer e ter cada vez mais oportunidades como essa. Se inscreverem no canal também, se ainda não forem inscritos, e comentar o que vocês acharam da entrevista. É isso aí então, com vocês, Spires. So hello guys, my name is Bruno. I own a YouTube channel called porquemetal. How are you all doing?
Super good. Very glad to be here and very excited to come to Brazil.
Nice guitar back there.
Okay, so thanks you all for being here, for giving the time to talk to the channel. And this is the first time Seven Spires play in Brazil and South America after touring the US, Europe, and Asia. So how does it feel to finally bring the band to a completely new part of the world?
Oh, it's incredible. We've been trying to make this happen for years. So it's amazing that it's finally time, and we're really looking forward.
And you, Adrian, you already performed in Brazil several times with other projects. Have you been giving them any special tips or teaching some Portuguese maybe?
I have to admit that my Portuguese is pretty rusty. I have some of the vowel shapes they sit difficultly in my mouth. But I know with some time I'll eventually get it. But I think for the most part, what I told everybody is that Brazilian metal fans are insane, and that it's gonna be amazing.
So before Seven Spires' first concert in Brazil, what's been your favorite audience experience so far?
Well, it was, let's see, I think it's amazing to play everywhere that we have played so far because of how great the energy is. When people come to our shows, they really want to see us and they really care about that. So each thing is really special. It was amazing to go to Japan in at the end of 2024. That was very unique, just because we've never been to Asia before. So that's the one that I would say first, but I know that there are a couple of other really special ones that we've done in these last years.
Okay, a Fortress Called Home dropped in 2024. Are you guys working on new material for album 5? And if so, is there any details you can share?
We are working on album 5. We've been working on it for a while. Sometimes it's hard to squeeze in creative time in between live activity or preparation for live activity. It's also what we're doing right now. But yeah, we manage. We've written quite a lot of material for it. Also trying to think about album art and general visuals, stage production stuff, wardrobe. Nothing that you wouldn't expect from Seven Spires, but it's always good to keep things fresh and updated for the music and for who we are as people. And yeah, don't want to spill too much, but it's pretty cool stuff.
And speaking on Seven Spires material, it always delivers epic and cinematic vibes with stunning orchestrations. And with that said, how far off are we from a full live Seven Spires concert DVD with a real orchestra ensemble?
I think
According
you
to
can measure that in dollars and not in time.
in my heart, it's tomorrow. According to the band bank account, we have to ask Peter. But um, it's something that was a goal from day one. I saw a video of Dimmu Borgir playing, I think live at Wacken maybe, with an orchestra and a choir when I was in high school, and that was one of the points when I was like, I didn't know it could be like that. But of course, what other way would it be if not that? So, um, that's definitely a big goal for the future. But as Jack said, yeah, you have to measure how far it is in dollars, unfortunately.
I hope when it happens, you choose Brazil for the recording place, the venue.
That's a very good idea.
We've seen some pretty sick orchestral performances in Brazil, and so it does seem like a good choice for a special concert like that. So we'll see how the shows go this year, and maybe we'll think about it.
And Adrian mentions Dimo Borgir playing at Wacken, and you guys have played your first time there last year. What can you tell me about it? How was it?
That was actually, you asked earlier, what was like the most special or the favorite, um, I don't know, performance and audience exchange. For me, that was the obvious choice. It's I don't know how it is for like European bands who are kind of growing up near festival season all the time, but from an American perspective or a US perspective, it's something that feels almost intangible and it's something that you dream of. And maybe you do the battle of the bands and hope that you win so that you can go there. Dylan actually played Wacken with a different band back in the day, but it was so cool because in the first rows, you can recognize almost every face. It's people that have been supporting us for years. And so for as much as like we had the feeling of like, oh my God, we did it, we're here. I could see also that they're like, we as a community, we the fans with Seven Spires, with our support, we did it, we're all here. And it was such a like heartwarming, I like almost wanted to cry on stage. Just a super amazing experience. And we were treated very well, and the backstage area was super nice and everything. And we played the stage that's near the medieval area, the Wackinger.
Wackinger, I think.
Yeah, exactly. So it was a pretty like central location, relatively speaking, and it was during the one time in the day where the weather was decent. So people walked by and they actually stayed. So by the end of the show, we actually had a pretty sick turnout. Um, yeah, it was a really beautiful day, and my parents were there. They stood at front of house and watched the whole thing, so that was cool too.
And well, after Wacken last year, you guys, this year actually, you guys played in a cruise ship, like 70,000 tons of metal. How is the experience of playing in a venue that you are also crashing in for days?
That is consistently a very fun festival. We've actually played 70,000 Tons of Metal twice. First time I think was in 2018 when we were much younger, and of course this year too. And it's amazing. All of the people who are there, whether it's the other bands or the fans who are attending, really want to be there. Like for some people, that's like half of a year's salary to just go on that, and some people do it, and so it's amazing. There are bands running almost all night, and the rooms are very full all night. So it's like a 5 day party, and it's actually it's almost too much fun because then at the end of it, I look at all my emails and realize that we're going on tour afterwards, and that there's a bunch of work that we have to do. So it's a pretty immersive experience, and for people who haven't gone but want to, I would say just do it once, if not more.
And after Latin America, you guys are supporting Roy Khan both as his opening act and also as his live band. And given that Seven Spires has a lot of Camelot influence, how it is to play those songs with Roy Khan himself?
I mean, for me, it's amazing. It's also like I think I'm doing the least amount of work in that regard because I do like some backing vocals and some like duet stuff like The Haunting. But I remember when we did the first rehearsals in New York earlier this year, and afterwards we all got back to the Airbnb, and like and Dylan and actually all of you guys were like, mm-hmm. You know the Spider-Man meme where they're like, and there's like three Spider-Man and they're all pointing, yeah, it was that kind of feeling.
And also speaking on Roy, no spoilers if you can say, but are you guys playing This God Is Dead here with Roy? It's one of my all-time favorites from you guys. It's a special song and it would be awesome to hear it.
I would like to know that too.
I think we need to discuss some things. Don't want to wear him out before his actual show.
Yeah, that's fair.
It would be amazing if we get to.
We can say we'll play it either way, and I'll get the cardboard cutout ready.
And I don't know what you guys are bringing for merch, but if you ask me, I'd love to have some Seven Spires coffee. I have spoken to Jack before, like before A Fortress Called Home was out, and he told me about it, and ever since I've been craving it.
Nice. Well, we are making merch. I think a lot of people have asked us the questions and stuff like that. So of course we've got some cool items that we think are some of the more fun ones after all of these years of designing merch. And then with the coffee thing, that's kind of tricky because then we are getting into importing and exporting a little bit and the coffee I think comes from places on your continent anyway. So we would sooner.
Actually,
Yeah, what's up?
from Brazil.
Yeah,
The coffee is grown in Brazil, so you'd be better off like finding where we source it from and just
yeah,
going there.
yeah. Maybe we could
I'll
arrange
take it.
like
I'll take it.
a meeting or something with one of the coffee guys anyway. So
That would actually be cool.
it would be cool.
So, for my last question, we have an official playlist of the channel in which we feed recommendations from our guests. So, I need 3 songs from each of you. One that you have recorded with Spires or any other project. One that is an all-time favorite, like a comfort song. And one that's impacted you guys recently. Not necessarily a new song, but one that you've discovered recently and made an impact on you.
That's a great question. The Spires song for me would be This God Is Dead, easily. A song that impacted me recently is called Gore by a band called PH0. So P.H.0. It's they're like a newish band from New York, and they have really, really cool Asian influences in their music. They have an electric erhu player. Really, really cool stuff. I think they were also handpicked to be Vola's support when they came to North America. Um, and the other one is a comfort song.
Yeah, it's like an all-time favorite.
Mm. I have to check something real quick. Somebody else go.
Okay.
Do they have to be metal songs for your playlist, or?
Not at all. Not at all. You can choose whatever you
Okay.
like.
All right. For one of our songs, I would pick "No Place for Us" off of the new album. Um, very fun stuff. A song that struck me recently. Actually, it's hard to pick one off this album, but Elveti's new album is really fantastic. Like, production wise, songwriting wise, like I think um, there's a lot of very special stuff on there. I think the song's called Awen, Awen. It's pronounced however they pronounce it in the song. Um, so that's a good one. And then an all-time favorite comfort song would be "You'll Be in My Heart" from the Tarzan soundtrack, the Phil Collins song.
I believe Adrian worked on Elevate's new last album, right?
I did some additional vocal layers on the props. Yeah. I remembered the song that I wanted to say for my comfort song, by the way. It's a piece by Edvard Grieg, and it's called The Death of Ase, or ASE. It's a beautiful late romantic piece by the Norwegian composer. Yep.
Amazing. And Peter and Dylan, how about you guys?
Yeah, I had to look up my Spotify, some of my Spotify stuff. Let's see. As far as the Spires song goes, I would say, uh, like Almost Town is one that's particularly fun. I love the chorus and everything. The verses are really fun too. Um, and then let's see. I've really been getting back into a lot of D'Angelo recently. Not the Sandwich Guy, but the it's like a neo soul kind of artist. So anything by him. Um, and then let's see. I think the song "Wishing Well" by Black Sabbath, which is like the Dio era. Um, that's definitely a comfort song. And again, that chorus has a really special chord progression and hook that just like nurtures the soul.
It's tough to say. I guess for the Spire song, I would pick The Road. Uh, just really like the kind of the call to adventure, how it's so upbeat. It has a ton of energy from the get-go. Um, for the second song, it would be more of a rediscovery. I just saw Catatonia a couple weeks ago, and it's anything by them, but specifically Forsaker by Catatonia. It always hits every single time. And then in terms of the comfort song, one of my all-time favorite songs is To Rid the Disease by Opeth. Anytime that I hear it, it always strikes a chord with me. And it's such an underrated song in their entire discography that I think it deserves a lot more praise and a lot more attention. So yeah, I'd say that would be my three.
That's awesome. All great picks, and I love how my playlist will be full of Seven Spires. So thank you all again for coming here, for taking the time, and I would like to give the floor to you guys to speak to the Brazilian audience watching this and that are coming to the concert.
Well, we can't wait to see you, greet you, sing and scream and yell at and with you. We're always super grateful for the support online over the years, and I mean, it's finally time. We're coming, and yeah, it's gonna be amazing, of course.